Ashley Hamilton's love of music is constantly growing. She plays piano, cello, and violin. Yeah! Most recently, she decided to take up the flute. That was before her family moved from Colorado to a small town in California, where her dad took a job as a pastor.
And we just felt God saying, I want you there. I need you in Paradise. We moved, we packed up the moving van, moved to Paradise, and shortly after that, the fire took place.
As of the latest update, there are about 1,300 people still missing and 76 confirmed dead.
Before the campfire, the deadliest in California history, Ashley planned to use the flute her mom played back in high school.
And the first thing that came through my mind was the instruments, grab the instruments.
But with so little time,
it was chaotic. We had a total of 9 minutes to evacuate.
the instrument she had her eyes on was gone.
So unfortunately, I lost my flute.
Some students who actually, it just breaks my heart a little bit, actually aren't playing tonight because their instruments were burned up.
We got in the car and we started to drive out, and already our yard was on fire. So when we left, it was pretty certain that our house was gone.
More than 600 miles north in Walla Walla, Washington, the Bigger family, Darold and Barbara, know about loss too.
She was right here when she talked to you, and she talked incessantly.
This is Shannon. She's sitting with a whole group of friends, and one of their friends has the chickenpox.
Their daughter Shannon also enjoyed playing the flute. She set her mind to saving money and buying a fancy Gemeinhardt flute to play on.
It was, a few $100s, and that was a lot of money.
She took it with her to Washington, D.C., where she lived for about a year. On June 16, 1996, her parents received the unimaginable news.
A woman found murdered in Montgomery County. Shannon Marie Bigger had moved to Silver Spring from Washington State less than a year ago.
Their 25-year-old daughter had been killed in her home. They returned to Washington, where they buried Shannon. They had the flute with them, a lasting piece of its player by their side.
I could not bring myself to look inside the case, so it sat for 22 years in one spot in our bedroom.
And that's where it remained, sealed shut, until they heard about some students who had lost their own instruments in the campfire.
We just want to let you know we love you.
Rogue Valley Adventist Academy had an instrument drive for the students of Paradise, and the Biggers instantly knew.
I thought immediately, this is what we need to do.
For the first time since her daughter was killed, Barbara looked inside the case. She saw Shannon's beloved instrument and gave it away.
Their whole life has been disrupted, and I know that feeling. If we could help alleviate some of that loss, it was just the right thing to do.
The flute, along with many other instruments, was presented to Paradise students. Shannon's flute finding its way to someone who really needed it.
Wow, thank you. It's beautiful.
It's a privilege to be on the receiving end of something so precious.
One family that's overcome loss, hoping their daughter's flute can help another family overcome theirs.
Tragedies don't need to end in tragedy. But out of those tragedies, we can discover things about ourselves.
I'm sure I'll have it for the rest of my life, and it'll bring me back memories of this time. It'll cover up a lot of the bad memories.
And so, a flute which lay dormant for 2 decades has a new owner amidst another tragedy.
You have your special Christmas nails on.
It provides a way to cope, while another chapter in its journey waits to be written.
It just sounds really pretty and peaceful, and I think that we all need a little peace in this chaotic time.